who makes the magic
I
happen?
do all the
in
work,
what way?
they all chill.
सबसे अच्छा दूध कहाँ मिलेगा? अरे वो पारसी के पास जाओ,
Ah.
वहाँ पे मिलेगा.
We're not only responsible for every staff, we're responsible for every staff and their families.
Absolutely.
I mean, I wanted to be a doctor, but
Yeah.
now that is not right? Like, I want to be a doctor.
Just because someone says taza and somebody says pure and somebody says natural and that does not mean it happens to be that.
We're not expensive, we're correctly priced.
What do you all think of vegans? And okay, we're gonna start that again. Hi guys.
Hi.
Hi.
Welcome to Beyond the Dream. Thanks so much for taking the time. My name is Mihir, and I'm going to be talking to you all today about everything you all done at Parsi Dairy, Parvana, Zinia, Sarfaraz,
and
Bakhtiyar. Thank you so much for taking your afternoon and half of your store to chat with us. Any one of you all open. We're going to keep it really chill. We're going to keep it quite relaxed and have an open conversation about Parsi Dairy and everything you and your family has done to bring it to where it is, and obviously plans for the future. If you all could, for the sake of the viewers, explain what Parsi Dairy is in its current state, and maybe talk a little bit about its journey, its 100-year-old journey, in a simple kind of manner for people to understand what the business is really about.
The four of us are the fourth generation in this business.
Yeah.
And it was started by my great-grandfather, Mr. Nariman Adesar. So it's been a good 108 years since we are running this business. The founder, when he started this whole business, he had a very hard life when he started this thing. So basically at a very young age, he lost his father. There was hardship at that time. He started helping people in this area, this Galba Devi area, that those days it was called. He was living in this, he was a local boy out here.
Yeah.
And a lot of Irani cafes used to be running out there. Parsi Irani cafes, shops, stores. Even today, some of them are yet existing. So these people, the owners, used to at that time sit on the galla, the place where they used to collect the money. That time there were no computers or anything, so the money was collected on the galla. And you needed a trusted person to sit out there. There were no CCTV cameras also, like how today it is. Somehow or the other, the entire area got some level of confidence in Nariman.
Right.
And any time for lunch or for any break that they wanted, they would call him and say, okay, Nariman, come and sit on the galla. That's where the entrepreneurship in this person has grown up. Of course, in his school days, I forgot this story. So, as a young child, to make two ends meet, he used to sell pencils and stationery in the school.
So you always had that spark.
So that started
Kind
at
of
a
within.
very young age.
Right.
The fire in the belly.
Yeah,
That's what I would put it.
exactly. Got
So
it.
he kept trying something. Ultimately, as I put it, this is the store where he started, 1960.
Oh, this is the specific store?
The specific
Oh,
store.
damn.
Yeah.
Very sour milk.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
A single can of milk.
Nice.
Okay, and he had one very, very clear intention in mind, that just sell the purest form of milk.
Correct.
No rocket science.
Was there a lot of adulteration and stuff then as well? Like, did that, like,
I do not know, but
if that was the
adulteration at
USP and that was the main, reason to start a new brand?
We just know of stories of in those days, and I would probably put it in the 50s, 60s, because we've heard it around.
Later.
Yeah, much later, but like सबसे अच्छा दूध कहाँ मिलेगा? Random people asking nearby people. And अरे वो पारसी के पास जाओ,
Ah.
वहाँ पे मिलेगा.
Very soon, from one single can of milk, there used to be the stories that I've heard. There used to be a line from this end to the next signal out there.
Oh, damn.
Yes, every
Just for
morning
milk.
with people standing with kettles to collect milk.
That's crazy.
I think 1924 is the first bill I have witnessed, I have seen, I have a copy of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of the
Of
mithai.
the
Yes.
mithais that he has sold to somebody in those days. And it was a long list of mithais.
Oh, crazy, man. From one
Yes.
can of milk to everything we see
Yes.
around us.
Yeah.
Fast forward to 100 years later.
Yes,
That's
Fast
insane.
forward.
And
Serious fast forward.
I was really excited about speaking with you all for more than one reason. One reason I already discussed is because to come here with 10 of my buddies and
Yeah.
Dabba or the Great Indian Coffee. But beyond that, it's also our entire country is very, very family business run, right? From
Yes.
Correct.
a kirana store, which is the smallest form of entrepreneur, to a single guy who's pulling a haath gadi. It's like you'll employ cousin, dada, this, that, to even the most valuable company, a Reliance, is for all
Reliance,
intents and
yes.
purposes a large family business. Why you all got into the business and what was your childhood like? Because you all live in a totally different world. Completely. We all live in a completely different world. We have any and all options available to us.
Correct.
We've been very fortunate to be educated, etc. Everything has been, everything has happened. So, why did you all then, we can kind of segue, of course,
Yeah.
into why did you all then end up wanting to be in the family?
I would like to answer this question.
Please.
I've seen this through a lot of friends and all, that every generation that is doing some level of business,
Yeah.
their own parents sometimes say, okay, now you don't get into this, things have changed, move out, my business is very different from
Yeah,
what
very
the
true.
times have changed. This is exactly where people from entrepreneurs are turning out to become employees.
Correct.
Correct.
Okay, that's where the morale is breaking off, the motivation is breaking at the family level, at the home.
So why do you think that is? Like, why do you feel that the entrepreneur himself? That's an interesting thought, right? Why is the
It is.
entrepreneur himself telling his kin, "कि भाई ये धंधा मत करो"?
So I'll put it, he's not changed with times. He's not ready to accept change with times. Okay, every generation, if it doesn't change with times, there is going to be this similar problem. Like today, if you talk about people talking about profit and loss, nobody thinks profit and loss. People are talking about valuation.
Yeah.
Okay, they
Very
want to
true.
make quick money.
Correct.
Very true.
Okay, which is the last investor who is trapped is the it's like a snakes and ladders game. You
Sure.
reach 99 and then you go back down to 7.
Correct.
So even today we do not go on the valuation part of it.
Yeah.
We are concentrating more with the
To build the
profit and loss,
fundamental
to build the
lead.
fundamental
Principles.
principle.
And-
We don't change the principle.
Sure.
One thing I'd
Yeah.
like to add in what Bhaktya said is very important, that he said that people in today's age and time,
Yeah.
the amount we're exposed, correct? It's all about fast money. And maybe, the older generation, to be an entrepreneur means hard work.
Sure.
Hard work from every aspect, from the minute you wake up in the morning till the minute you put your head down on the bed.
Correct.
You're always thinking of the staff you're handling, the people you're responsible.
Yeah.
We're not only responsible for every staff, we're responsible for every staff and their families.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Huge difference. While
Yeah.
an employee is only responsible for himself.
Absolutely.
I'll add
So-
sorry, can I add to you?
Yeah.
So there is a question of hard work. Hard work even we are putting in, even employees are putting in. Another point today there is a risk-taking appetite,
Yeah.
which people are not having.
Yeah. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's why they're running into
Easier,
employment.
yeah.
Sure.
There's less of that.
So-
I think for me, I don't think there was ever a different thought of not running the family business. And
Always, since you were like a baby.
I mean,
That's
I wanted
insane.
to be a doctor, but
Yeah.
now that is very medicine, right? Like, I want to be a doctor. But then after that, I feel watching our parents and also growing up in the business, right?
Yeah.
This was like a playground for us.
Yeah.
You come here, you literally play. Not like we used to play shop. They used to play cricket
Yeah.
in the store. So like it's been like, and we
Like
used to
this-
go behind, see what they're doing, pack butter with them, make this with them,
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff. So I feel like the other thing is I feel like it's never felt like work,
Yeah.
right? And it's also been like we're a close-knit family, watching our parents work so hard. I think it's like, oh, I also want to do that. And I feel now I really enjoy working with 4 of them, 3 of them, as much as we do have differences in work and things like that, but
Yeah.
it's fun. I don't think I want to work with other people. I prefer
Nice.
working with them. Like I can boss over this lot.
No, no, I get
Others may
that.
not
I
listen.
think people, like, for example, even when Rehan and I started together, a lot of my friends, even like my mom was like, "Why are you working with your best friend?" I was like, "Dude, who else would I work with? I'm gonna work with my buddies only, right?"
Exactly.
And at the end of the day, so much of business is trust. You also need to be confident that tomorrow, for example, if you have a fight at work, you all can go home and still be
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
completely the best.
Different,
So
yeah.
you are
We'll
talking
be
a
like,
lot
we
because
fight, I
we-
think it's just different opinions.
different
Exactly.
opinions,
And the thing
conflict.
is, everybody, the true thing is, we all believe that we are only doing this for the business to grow. It's not about her not liking something or him not liking something. It's ultimately we're seeing, okay, what do we do to make the business grow? We want that everybody can eat Parsi Dairy Farm
Yeah.
because it's pure delight.
Sure.
So I feel like that is the thing about getting it to more people, which
Yeah.
is why I mean we need to work.
That's
on
why
that.
all are here now.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's why we're here.
One of the funniest things happened that day when you say that. We were four in one of our meetings and we're having this very hot discussion about something and this and that. And suddenly one of the seniors walks out of the meeting and senior's like, hey guys, 2 minutes, did you all hear this gossip? And we're all like huddling into talking about something in like 2 seconds exactly. And the other person walks in and then we're again back to like, so it...
Yeah.
That
It's in and out.
switch in and out.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen, like Xenia said, we've seen our families. We've grown up here. We've come here every single
Yeah.
day, worked on holidays, packed mithais,
Yeah.
interacted with people, like enjoyed the whole process
Sure.
so well.
Sure.
So it's never felt like, and we've seen
So
our
you were
parents
never
do
like
this.
forced saying, listen, you must. You know how it is sometimes that mera beta, mera beti yehi karega.
No.
We forced.
No, not false.
Did you all ever have
Instead, I would
you know
go
a moment
not
where you would tell family, listen guys, sorry, I don't want to do this, and then you were like, no, you
No,
got
they
to
were
come back
very
to the
open.
business.
They were very
They were very
open.
But they let
Very-
us do whatever we
whatever
wanted
we
and then come
wanted.
in.
And
Yeah.
then come in.
The thing is,
Yeah.
I think our entire families were very encouraging.
Yes, yes.
Like he did
I
something
picked
and
up.
I came in.
I picked up one word which you said earlier, the factor of trust. You did mention that between family, trust is taken for granted.
Yeah.
It's like it has to be trust. We have to be trusting each other in whatever we are doing. There's
For
no. Whereas when you're working outside or when you're working with someone else, that factor of trust has to be embedded or has to be
Earned.
taught or
It takes
trained
time, yeah.
or
Yeah.
something. You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah,
Here, that factor is not there.
sure.
Trust is a thing. Now, trust even in our brand, actually, not only the four of us, this resonates with our brand. Trust.
Sure.
Basically, you come to Parsi Dairy Farm, you trust the brand.
Absolutely.
And that's the whole family atmosphere we are creating. And it is, as I'm saying, it resonates with our brand and it goes out to people also. So, coming back with that, with the family thing, I have grown up with my grandparents. And because mom used to be in Pune with dad and all the time. So, I've grown up with my grandfather who was the elder son out here.
Yeah.
And growing up with them, the whole inculcation of business management and just simple business, as they said, we should come here and play.
Right.
But in that play, there was
Yeah.
so much teaching
learn.
going on. There's
Yeah.
so much to learn because our playing areas were not like not a field or not it's like a galla,
Yeah.
the area of the galla. So there used to be coins in front of
Yeah.
us. We would make games out of coins.
Yeah.
Something or the other. Like I would make statues out of coins, or I would make some buildings out of coins. And with that building thing, I'll put it to another perspective. I've done interior designing also. So
Oh, damn.
yeah. So that initial
That curiosity kind of spark.
Yeah, interior
With it.
designing also
Right.
came up in there, and there's so much that we did with just playing around with business in those days. Now we are being able to handle it in a very different way, and it's like us emotionally, us,
Yeah.
and we are also here at full, the full time. So
That's incredible.
It's got a very long base, and we are consistently available, and we are consistently there everywhere.
No, superb. So now that you all are in the business, of course, a business has 100 different departments, functions.
Yeah.
You want to talk to how do you all split roles amongst
Yeah.
yourselves, and how does it kind of really flow, right? Who makes the magic
I
happen?
do all the
in what
work,
way?
they all chill.
So you're clearly
Yeah,
product.
I
You're
would
clearly
take
on product
I
and
would take
logistics.
that.
I'm
He
going to
said
take.
to be honest.
Keep it recorded. So whenever we want to chill, we will immediately show this to her.
Aditi, BTS. So you want to talk to that a little bit? How do you all split roles? Why did you all split it in that manner? And
It was like naturally.
Natural because
Yeah.
we've grown
It
up
happened
very,
very
differently,
naturally.
all of us.
Okay.
Which is
So
great.
yeah, it wasn't like everyone came and
it
said,
wasn't a
"You do this."
strategic decision
No,
kind of thing. Okay.
no.
No,
so
no. How is it a strategic?
It's not strategic.
Touch wood, it evolved into such a thing that each of us brought in some expertise in it in such a way that, as I would put it, Parwana has done a complete course in Cordoblo.
Yeah.
Yes, so she's like a chef.
So I did my French cuisine and patisserie
production,
in London and
amazing.
Cordoblo. So that kind of goes into doing product development, QC,
sure.
things like that.
Big time.
That was her expertise. Zinia has of course done, she's done art, so she's designing, she's handling the entire marketing and designing. Sarfraz handles sales, and rest all the other stuff that is remains that is being handled by me at the moment.
Amazing.
Yeah, that includes like the entire, we've got finances on my portfolio, then our estate which is there,
Right.
where our cattle is,
The
livestock
farm is,
the
you
farm
run
being
the
handled by me.
supply
Yes.
there. Okay.
Yes, and the litigation, legal work in 100 years, that is what is there. So
Amazing.
these are the portfolios that I handle.
No, fantastic.
Yes.
So, guys, when y'all have obviously undergone a massive rebranding, the store we're sitting in is vastly different from what it was in the past. What's the thought, right? I think India is. I was reading about this before I met you guys, and I was kind of like shocked. It's like $130 billion market is milk and dairy products.
Yeah. Yes.
In the next 10-12 years, it's going to become more than double, close to about 280 to 90 is what it's being projected. A lot of this is dominated. 54% is market shares with the big guys, right?
Yeah.
So how do you all think of yourselves, and what's the plan to make a dent in this?
So I would put it this way. First of all, these figures, whatever you read on Google and everywhere, it is true. But we try to keep ourselves away from these kind of projections, because that effectively takes you to a very different way. Because there is a very different market, a market of premium products, which today people have now realized the quality is important for your health. Because if you do not spend today on your health with having good products, you're going to spend it at the hospital.
So that's interesting. So if I'm buying a liter of milk from, say, an Amul Taza, right? How different is it in terms of price and quality? And maybe we can even talk about how it's sourced and created. Like, how is it truly different?
So, see, just because someone says taza and somebody says pure and somebody says natural and somebody, that does not mean it happens to be that. You know, they can just be, and they write it nowadays, there's a disclaimer that is only a brand advertisement or something.
Yeah, it's getting a lot tighter.
Yes, because it's getting very tighter.
Yes.
Like ice cream, 90% was frozen dessert. You know, in 10 rupees and 20 rupees, you don't get milk. Where is the question of getting ice cream?
Correct.
Right? So, this all, today people are getting awakened. If you read ingredients behind people's brands, there are emulsifiers, standardizers, you name it, color, what. That's not there in our product. Good 50 years back, our tagline was "From the stable to the table."
Nice.
Yeah. I think we've seen that in one of the
Yeah, you gotta
ads,
bring
right?
that back.
In one of the,
We have
That's
so we have
awesome.
all these old archives, and sometimes when we see them, it's fun to see what
So I
they've
guess
done.
that's
I fundamentally believe that people don't come out bad. They don't come out wanting to trick other people.
No.
They, as entrepreneurs, sometimes you're like, shit, I need to survive. Let's figure this out.
Something
Market
yes.
is demanding X product at Y price.
Yes.
Now, aise karke, we'll figure it out and make it happen, right? And it's very
sometimes-
tough to stick to your values. It's very tough because
That's why he
you're
mentioned
challenged.
it's not adulteration exactly, but it's like you reduce the quality of your product to achieve
So,
that
what is the
market price.
difference in that quality between Parsi Dairy and others? You don't have to name anyone specific, and other people out there. And what is the difference in terms of pricing? So, if I had to buy a liter of your competitors, what can I expect in terms of quality of product and cost? And what would it be with Parsi Dairy?
So basically, see, if you see our advertisements everywhere, it's written that no preservatives. Okay, so one of the most important things is we do not put preservatives in any of our products. Therefore, we are challenged with long shelf life. Fortunately, ghee and kulfi have a very long shelf life naturally, because one is a frozen item and the other is effectively just preserved. So it is naturally, it lasts for a good 1 year.
Sure.
Now that we are wanting to get out into the international market, to the local, to all from pan India and all, we are working out on different packagings. There is something called MEP and a lot of things which are there where we don't have to put any preservatives. They are like, in those days they used to call it vacuum pack. I don't know.
Now
it's like air sealed.
So basically, MAP is something called modified atmosphere packaging.
Okay.
So what it does is it allows me to keep the product as natural as possible, but at the same time it will allow the product to have a higher shelf life just by it not getting in contact with outside air.
Air.
Okay.
Basically,
So-
air is your key.
So
It's
straight
just-
from the cow's udder, it'll go straight into like
That's
how
not
would
for
that
milk, that's for
So
the
those
product.
Products.
So
For
those are-
products, okay, not for milk.
For
Okay,
the- for
I was like
milk-
we're onto
No.
something everything.
For milk,
So for milk,
Massive. I was like, how is
for
that gonna
milk,
work?
unfortunately, there is.
You can't
If
do
you want
anything.
the pure stuff, it has to be fresh.
It has to be.
If
Yeah.
milk does not tear after some time, it is not pure because
It's
it is
not milk.
definitely
clearly
other.
means
It's
you
not
should
milk.
not be putting it in your mouth.
I got it. I got it.
So anyone who advertises that we last for so many until unless they do these processings of UHT, now there is something called ultra high temperature.
Correct.
But
Right.
then you're not getting the right proteins in your body.
Right.
You don't know what is going in your stomach.
There are many options today.
Yeah.
Right? So you've got UHT, you've got so many other options of ways, right? But the point is it's a natural source.
Yeah.
Drink it as naturally as it's possible. You're going to get the most benefit
So when
out
I
of it.
just out of from my learning, really, if I'm drinking a normal packaged milk, right? I know of milk in two ways. One is I get it in those thelis,
Yeah.
and I get it in
Tetra.
In a
little-
tetra?
Yeah,
Tetra.
exactly.
So your Tetra
in a
pack
Tetra
is
pack.
generally the UHT milk which you're drinking.
So that's
the
UHT.
that messes up the milk.
No, it doesn't mess up the
No.
milk, but you're not getting any
Your-
benefit of having it.
Okay.
The
There's no
nutrients
nutrient.
have been burned.
So there's
Ultra high temperature
yeah.
is burning out the nutrients which are good and bad,
Yeah.
but it's basically killing.
That's why it
the
tastes kind of
substance
flat, right? Now
Correct.
that you
Yeah.
Correct.
talk
I
about
think
that.
one very important thing about this is that I think also because we've lasted for 100 years is because we've just stuck to purity.
Consistently.
We've not tried to,
Yes.
Play with it.
Today, like you see a restaurant is running, you don't get a booking table for like 3 months. After 2 years, that shuts.
Yeah.
Right?
Correct.
And that happens with a lot of businesses.
Yeah.
So I think to understand the core is selling the simplest, purest milk. And like everyone said over here, people are becoming conscious now again about what they're feeding themselves.
Right.
And their kids. So I think it's become a benefit for us.
Yeah.
And like I said before, that's why we want that more people can have our product because it's very, very pure.
So Xenia, how do we do that? How do you make that happen for the brand? How do you take something that is pure and because of its purity, it's going to be priced at a slight premium? How do you take that and from a marketing perspective, from a market share perspective, you want to talk about who your audience is today, who's your typical consumer, and how you're thinking about expanding that.
So I think our consumer is, I mean, it's not going to be everyone. The consumer is like between 20 to say 50 most, where we need to grab. Okay, the older generation already knows us. We need to grab that target audience, and I feel they are conscious about what they're having. They want the best for their families and themselves. And our product being pure, the challenge that we would face, like Bhaktya said, is logistics. It's
Right.
not about our product because our product is very pure. Getting it somewhere is what we are working on right now.
Yeah.
And for that, what we've started is basically the products that have a longer shelf life, like
Yeah.
the ghee or the toffee or the kulfi, which we're very known for.
Yeah.
All of those products can last 6 months, a year, and things like that. So getting those products into people's homes.
Yeah.
So and like Sarfraz again said, trust. Everybody trusts our brand.
Right.
And when you eat the product, you're going to feel it. So that's fine. So once they start trusting that, then they get more
Sure.
things into the house.
You get
like
them hooked.
Milk, yeah, you get them hooked. And then I think it goes from there. But
Right.
for us, the challenge is logistically getting things across, which is what I think the process is on of working on.
Interesting that you bring that up because one of our first clients that we ever signed on is a company called Super Daily.
Correct.
And they started to solve exactly this problem, right? Because they did early morning delivery, logistics for milk, daily essentials.
Daily essentials.
And it's a pain in the ass. It's a very, very hard business. So how does it? You want to talk about your supply chain a little bit? How does it work? How do you do stable to table?
Stable to table was a branding term, but I think Parsi Dairy Farm probably could have been the pioneers of logistics in those days because we had a fleet of more than 300, we call them bhaiyas, but like workers, and they were known as the Blue Brigade,
Yeah. Back in the days.
which was doing what Super Daily is doing now. Basically, Super Daily has just converted it into an app. But like, I'm talking about 1920s, 1930s, where
Yeah.
there was no app.
Yeah.
There were coupons, and it's available. You can see those coupons today. It's just their part of our branding, like
Yeah.
the old story, heritage
Nice.
branding. You can see those coupons which are still like there. So the logistics, which was all throughout Bombay, through our Blue Brigade, which was there so-called then, delivering daily milk to all these houses all over Bombay.
Oh damn.
Yeah, so about
So,
25,000 liters.
Do you all still do
mind
that?
You,
Yes.
Like, mind you, like we've all seen that generation. They didn't have computers to tell them which house takes how much milk. They knew
How much
how much distance. They knew it in their mind.
So basically, whenever we talk about our employees,
Yeah.
so Parsi Dairy Farm is the total credit cannot go to the owners itself. Our team is really very hardworking.
Very
If
true.
we've got 4 generation of owners coming down, we've got 4 generation of employees coming down.
That's amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
So even if you see a couple of people,
That's
who
probably
are-
the only reason or one of the main contributors as to why I'll have a
The
business
business
for
is
generations
working.
now.
Very
Yes.
So I have one of my oldest staff today. Even he stands. You may see him today or somewhere. He must be now a good 70 years old, but he is like another workaholic who and he loves it. He's a part of the family. He's not an employee. He's a part of the family because he knows every customer. He knows every family member's houses. He knows, and he handles it so nicely that when we were coming down, we said one day when he goes, we do not know what we are going to do with
we
logistics.
actually had that conversation.
So that's
just
the
5
kind of
minutes
people they are. It's just out of so many years that they have trained. He believes this to be his home, his
Yeah.
own home to be maybe his second home,
Yeah.
and this to be his family.
Yeah.
And that's really amazing how things have gone on. And
Yeah.
there are not like him. There are a number of people.
And even
Coming
through
back
COVID,
to that,
even through COVID,
Yes.
Bapu, they were not the people that went away. They were here.
about logistics. So as he put it to you, we were the pioneers in starting home delivery of milk in Mumbai.
Yeah.
We did have a team of over 350 people who used to put the can on their head and deliver house to house.
Afternoon and
A
morning.
Afternoon
good
and morning.
20,000 liters of milk every single day to be delivered only in South Mumbai.
Damn. So how do you all do
Practical.
logistics today?
So I'm coming to that.
That's what I just feel.
Like how
people now,
everybody does
I
it.
think
So
there
today-
was-
Swiggy, Zomato do
So
it.
today we have
No, like if you
That
could just
I'm
for the
putting-
benefit of viewers, right?
So
I'm a cow at your farm.
no,
Like start there.
no. I will not start there. I'll start from the logistics part of it specifically. So now we have an app of our own. Okay, you can download the app. All you need to do is put in the money in the wallet, and the delivery comes to your home. Now we of course have a new team which is working on bikes. Okay, there's a whole new concept of he can carry more faster. Now we're talking about electrical bikes, so it will become the cost of logistics turns out cheaper. That's the basic. Of course, in different localities when we are starting, we are catching boys from that area. So it's not now it's not centric. Of course, our milk comes from this one place and is delivered to different. So now if
So you
you
all
have a
have a
cow,
hub and spoke.
Yes.
now you
Yes.
become
Hub
now
and
you-
spoke. Perfect.
Yeah.
Literally.
Hub and spoke is what we move.
Okay.
Correct. Yes.
So now if you're the cow at my farm in Talasari, okay,
You'll be a very happy.
he asked
I'm sure. I've heard. Like
he
it's
wanted to be the
a
cow at
privilege to
Parsi
be
Dairy.
at your
Yes.
farm. So
For
I
sure.
want to go.
Yes. You would prefer being the horse at the farm.
I would.
Anyway, so from there the milk is removed in the evening, in the morning, and the tempo leaves around 2 o'clock in the morning from the farm. It reaches here by around maybe 7-8 o'clock. It is pasteurized and it is delivered.
So where is the farm? Sorry, I'm just going to just talk to this a little bit. I think this is really important because getting a strong understanding of how this problem is being solved by all and how you're going to improve on it is damn important. So if we could be specific a little bit on this is where our farm is, this is where it typically comes, here's where it kind of goes from, and obviously whatever you don't want to share, please don't share.
No, I'm there's
But
nothing to hide. There is no-
this is from the
but
perspective
yeah.
of people who are watching this,
Yes.
kind of
Have
getting
to understand.
like, okay, shit, like this is how this works.
So the milking is done 2 times in a day, okay, and by evening whatever milk is collected, whatever is required to manufacture at the farm,
Is left
because we
there.
have a complete factory which is running out there itself.
Right.
We have a very very famous restaurant which is running out there.
Oh, no way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we do have a farmhouse out there also where we go and work as well as chill.
Nice.
mostly over the weekends I'm there.
Wow, you guys are living my dream.
Yeah. So
The farm
welcome.
life.
You want to come?
100%.
If you
100%.
want to live my dream, you're most welcome.
I'm coming.
It's not as easy as it looks.
No, I'm a farm boy as well, so I'll totally love
So
it.
basically, that's how the milk is. Most of the milk is used out there. Whatever is required for delivery and all that,
Yeah.
that is brought out here.
Yeah.
Okay. Of course, we do also have other milk suppliers who are, since ages, been only their stables will give us the milk.
Understood.
So that's how the milk is collected.
So that works like a co-op
It's
kind
a co-op
of system?
Yes.
Okay, got it. So
exclusivity would be the right word to use.
I understand. Exclusive
Yeah.
co-op. I
Yes.
understand.
Yeah.
So you're okay. That's how it works for the cow. And
the milk's gotten, it's pasteurized, it's packed, and it's
And
literally
delivered.
at your doorstep.
so it's like if I'm a consumer, I can come to your store,
Correct.
or I download your application
exactly.
and I subscribe to
Yeah,
getting your
exactly.
milk
Get your
every
milk.
day.
Yeah.
You
Yes.
can not only subscribe to get the milk, you can subscribe very similar to what Super Daily was doing.
Yeah.
You can subscribe to even get paneer.
Yeah.
Any
Curd.
product, any
Okay.
daily requirement.
So your
Daily
But
daily
from Parsi Dairy Farm only. That's
okay.
the difference.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
From Super
of course.
Dairy. Super
That's
Dairy was
amazing.
all
Yeah,
brands.
yeah.
So you all have that. So how many? Can I ask? Sorry.
I think what's very important today, like because you're saying logistically, earlier it was people coming to the store.
Yeah.
One experience is coming to the store, experiencing everything, and the other one is actually being available at your doorstep or wherever the hell you literally want to shop, whether it's Nature's Basket or Big Basket or any of those things also is where we are available.
That's amazing.
Basically your
the thing is
supermarkets.
availability.
I had no idea. I've known your brand my whole life, and I had no idea that y'all do this.
Yeah.
That's
All
just
the way
insane.
to be
When-
today
As I told
available.
you, this entire change is just happening.
It's just happening
now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
because we had effectually stopped baking our heads delivering milk from house to house because we decided that was not it was a very, very, very hard industry to be in.
Absolutely.
To
Yes.
deliver at times. And there is some level of commitment that every morning it has to reach at the
Correct.
right time.
Rain or shine. It's
Rain or
all of
shine.
that.
Yes.
And that's the way it used to
and,
be.
and our team used to do it. And then there is a commitment in many ways because some children need to go to school. They need that milk in the morning
Fresh
for
milk.
nutrition. So
Yeah.
we had to achieve that, and that was getting challenging to manage that as well as in the old fashion. So then we have now converted to the new fashion.
Right.
So it's going to take time now to pick up, but we are
So
back
how many?
into
Can you share some? Are you comfortable sharing some numbers on how many subscribers do we have today? How does it
About
typically work? What kind of?
about around 2,000-3,000 subscribers we will be having. At
Where
this
you'll
point.
deliver every single day. That's
Every
just
day.
incredible. And
Yes.
typically,
and we
what
have a
kind?
range of milks.
Right.
So we've got your essential cow's milk. We're very soon going to be getting into also having A2 milk.
Nice.
Where-
That's the desi cow.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
the gill
That's
cow.
desi cow,
Yes.
right.
So we've got the regular cow's milk. We're going to be very soon launching A2 milk. At the same time, we have buffalo milk with 3 different grades.
Right.
So one is the full fat for the person who wants to be nice and healthy. Then you come to the low fat, which is LOW, low
Right.
fat. So that's a little bit of like a skim milk.
Yeah, sure.
And then you go down to no fat,
Right.
which is
No, which is
For-
toned milk was low fat.
And that's basically for people with more health, So we've
Sure.
got something for. We have houses where we're seeing that there's a full fat going for somebody to make dahi, but there's low fat going for the mid age, and then there's no fat going for
Oh
the
wow.
elders.
There's that level of awareness with your customers.
Yes.
You'll obviously have your stores, and of course that'll keep expanding, that'll keep growing. But you're also effectively now a D2C brand, right? Which is the hottest thing
Yeah.
in our country. You can reach like thousands and thousands of, actually lakhs of pin codes today sitting from one area.
Yes.
Of course, logistics is going to be at the heart of how you all make that happen. Talk to us a little bit about your numbers. You have 3,000 customers that are ordering from you all daily. What kind of AOVs do you all see? What kind of attrition? What kind of customer loyalty are you all seeing? And how do you all then use that? Are you all capturing data? How are you all recommending products? How are you all making all of those fancy things that the tech guys in Bangalore do for a Swiggy, right, happen at a family business?
So exactly, all this implementation is just happening
It's
as
literally-
we are
Literally,
talking.
while we were
I think
talking,
it's like
it's
in the
been
last
just
6
about
months.
6
Yeah.
months. We're like going
We've
into our
changed
data.
the systems, getting
checking.
data. So we've not really been able to work on that data because we're still collecting data. Because everything before this was just
Paper
bill banao,
pay.
tick tock.
Oh, no way.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
That system, this system. So,
So we're
all
in
those
the
things have
process
changed.
of
I
all the
understand.
things that you're saying, but logistically, like
No, we have improved quite a lot already.
Broadened with dark kitchens, with our own stores.
Right.
With, like I said, Nature's Basket also now we're more available, and I think what you said is very important because we are in the process of collecting this data and then using it to then have our own like more.
For instance, even in the marketing perspective, how to get awareness through the data that we have, we are being able to reach out the same customer who had come, and now that's how technology is. It's not not like personally I'm reaching out to the customer. It's how
We have
the apps are using it.
100%.
Instagram is there, Facebook is there.
Yeah.
All those people are reaching out to the customer who has come to your store. It's brilliant. Even we are learning things basically.
Zuckerberg knows everything.
Yeah,
So.
we've got new products. People are not aware that sometimes people are not aware we have a whole range of Bengali sweets. So obviously with the help of all of this, people get more aware and we're being able to use it more correctly, I would think now since the last 6 months.
Yeah.
And essentially to grow correctly from a family organization to what we are today, one of the most important things which I think we all four believe is there are experts in every field. Use those expertise, try and get that on and move that way.
Yeah.
Because we're good at what we do, which is making products.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? But then you have to use experts in every field to get it out for marketing, for logistics, for things like that. And that's the way you kind of move forward.
No, it's exactly that. What you just said is exactly why I started our business, right?
Yeah.
That's literally exactly the same people. Because you can't do everything on your own, and
And
you
you
and I have the
know,
same problems.
One person can't know everything.
100%. And you're not 4 people with totally different skill sets.
But still we don't know everything.
100%.
And still we get expertise, and still that's the only way to grow.
That's the only way. You'll find it's not always the best product that wins.
Yes,
Right?
We agree.
It's not that. It's
Yeah.
sometimes the guy that does the most jugaad or is the most aggressive on marketing,
Risky.
or is taking the highest risk. But in the perfect world, which doesn't exist, the best product should win, right? Now that you'll have that, right, and you'll have spent so much time. I think I also want the audience to appreciate how much time goes into building something truly incredible, right, and truly defensible. But where do you want to take it from here, and what is your ambition? Because I know we're not necessarily thinking about.
So if we don't talk numbers,
Yeah.
sky is the limit.
Correct.
Okay, that's the fact. And a very positive change that has happened is, so I'll put it this way: throughout the generations, there was this one fear of going all out because you were wanting to concentrate on quality.
Correct.
So it is a very mom and pop shop kind of a thing. This is the store. This is where you'll get your stuff. Maximum we'll deliver to your houses. That change has come now, and very positivity has come. Everyone has accepted that change because now we need to reach pan India. We need to go all over the world. That is what our intention. We want to export. We used to export in a very small way in those days also, but that is because you are there. You want to.
Correct.
You call for it and you sell it, and it was happening.
Correct.
So we are now thinking of, and what happened is when the four of us decided, we said that we're not doing justice to this brand. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
Okay, the brand can go way forward, and ultimately we are all happy and satisfied in our lives. But that's not fair to the brand. That's not fair to the employment, to the employees, because the more and more the bigger the team we have, everyone can grow. The industry grows, the business grows, the country grows. That's what we started with. That everyone wants to run away from this country. We want these kind of brands in our country to grow bigger.
100%.
But very important thing that we will not change is the quality that we are serving. That even if somebody says that you'll make more profit, just put little more emulsifier. No, boss, we are not interested in that.
Right.
We'll stick to that principles we don't want to change.
Got it.
That's something I think which is embedded into us.
That story also, no?
Yeah.
Emulsifier story.
None of that is even allowed to come close by to this.
Understood. Sorry. What is
No,
that story?
same. What he's talking about.
So sometime back, as you are saying, as a very young child, I was a student in college going time. I said that how is it that our products are so much more expensive? Profitability also the challenge at that time. After being so expensive, we are not making enough profit. And these people at half the price in the market are selling stuff or lesser than half the price.
Correct.
The cost of milk is not
Correct.
So there somebody informed me that there is something called an emulsifier. So I said, let me try it out. Let me see what happens. So I got one packet somebody gave.
What does an emulsifier do?
Emulsifier increases the quantity of your product to double.
And
no
it
way.
also kind of it
So
keeps your product in the same kind of look, feel,
Look,
taste
feel,
for a
taste.
longer time.
So if I have a liter of milk, I put in emulsifiers into
And
it,
you
I
make
have
your
magically
kulfi.
2
Oh, you're
liters
making kulfi
product.
basically.
Okay.
When you turn
Okay.
it into a
of that
product.
raw material to
It's
make it.
not-
Yeah,
Correct.
it's not bad. It's absolutely clean.
It's legal
It's
also.
legal. Everything is
Everything
fine.
is fine.
It's a normal process of doing, but it's
Right.
not. Then it's not the
It's not
purest
pure milk.
form. You're right.
Pure. The word
Yeah.
pure goes away.
So, and it's put in everybody's. You read everybody's ingredients except for us.
Everybody, all the players out there.
All the players have it.
Yeah.
Or you have to have
Because
it.
it-
They have to have it.
It becomes
Shelf
cheaper.
life.
No?
You get shelf
So when I discuss this with my family, I want to try this. You dare not bring that thing inside the premises. Otherwise, you are out. So that was the strict thing. On that day in college, I learned that this is the principles that the family follows.
Right. We've spoken about logistics. We've spoken about what it's like to be a cow at your farm. We've touched upon a lot of different aspects. We touched upon now that you have tech to be able to make individual orders happen.
Yeah.
Apart from the store. What's the plan now? How do you all make 3,000 customers, 3 crore customers in a country where 80, 90 crore people are living off rations? So I think India started off with a hunger problem. Now we have a nutrition problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? And I think for you all are not, correct me if I'm wrong, you are not going for the mass market at all. It's still going to be
Not
for
mass.
the
But
premium
it's-
audience in urban areas.
No.
Not exactly
We are
that.
I would say we are mass tea, right? Where we are a little premium, but it is for the masses. We are
Yes.
not.
But why would
selling-
I, as a mass guy, like in the massy segment, I'm gonna not care and bring down my cost of my daily milk kharcha, no?
do
Mihir,
care.
I have a good.
Okay.
I'll counter you with this. If you go to a place like Punjab, where farming and where dairy is absolutely at its best and purest, see the kind of people that are there. See the health. See the life kind of life that they're living. That's because they're actually consuming the purest stuff. And that similar thing when you go down to other places which are more commercialized, like Mumbai and all, where it's not possible to get that freshest form of milk or products. See the kind of human beings that are roaming around today. Including all of us, I would not.
No, for sure.
Exactly.
Yeah, I've got my big belly.
So that's very important, that it's not that we can't be for the masses, that the masses out there are also having the same product. It's not, oh my god, so expensive. You want to today think in this commercial world, how much can I get it cheaper? That's where the difference is.
So what are you all doing to make that happen?
But
No,
it's
we are not going to do
also-
anything to
We're
make
not
that
going to
happen.
do that. But
Okay.
the thing is, one thing which he said before, we're not expensive. We're correctly priced for the value of that. Your fact that you're getting a pure product. If you're going to compare my product to something that is adulterated, or for example, not adulterated. Let's not say adulterated. That
Cheaper
contains
quality.
certain
Quality is cheaper.
emulsifiers, stabilizers, things like that. Quality is compromised in those products. Then you may think I'm expensive,
Sure.
but for a pure product, we're correctly priced.
Sure.
Yes.
So just give us a sense, right? I think I touched upon this earlier, but I don't think we got the answer to it. What is a liter of milk at Parsi Dairy versus one of your competitors?
Which one?
So it's
The buffalo milk.
Yeah.
This is
The
again,
full
it's just to give
fat?
just to give people a feel of an understanding
I'll
of
give
what
you-
premium you have to pay to
So I'll
Get this
exactly
benefit.
come to this. In a similar way, not for milk, I'll put it as an
Any
example
product,
of ghee.
any
Let's,
SKU.
let's take ghee.
Sure.
Okay. So there in the market there are ghees available close to 700 to 800 rupees, as
Yeah.
cheap as that. Then there is ours, which would be somewhere close to around 1350, or that's the right price. Yeah, 1350 is the price as of right now. But there is also ghee available at 1500 today and 1900 today. Now you come and ask me again, why is yours 1400 and why is somebody 1900? The way everybody manages to do with the leftover, like milk, there are other things that we can do with the milk that we retain back after making the ghee item.
right.
Therefore, we put our cost into other things.
Sure.
Yeah.
But if you want the purest form of, today let's say the cost price would be 80 to 90 rupees of purest form of milk. Cost
Right.
price.
Right.
Ultimately delivered to your house, it will cost, from us it will cost you around 130, 40, 140 there.
At your doorstep.
Buffalo.
Wow. Okay.
Okay. But after we process it, pasteurize it, pack it, deliver it to your house, all these costs put together. Margins are very
Very thin,
challenging
right?
in milk.
Very thin.
Yes. And then you say that I'm getting packaged milk at my house at 60 rupees and 70. How is that happening?
So your the low end of this market for ghee, for example, is 700, 800, where almost double it,
Yeah.
right? But that's the cost of getting something pure. Now, when we're talking about margins, milk is obviously razor thin, right? Like,
Yeah.
it'll be single digit, I'm assuming, it won't even be more than that. And that's why we see a lot of folks getting into value added product. What percentage of your business overarchingly is milk and how much is milk product?
No, so
Product
today
is
90% of our
Products.
business is products.
Yeah,
product.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
started from milk and now it's gone to.
First it was 90%
Understood.
milk and 10% products. Now it would be the other way
So
around.
you all did that shift intentionally to get into higher margin products?
Yes.
Yes,
I think that
Yes,
shift,
yes,
but-
yes, yes.
That was
but not
intentional.
we didn't do the shift.
But I think it
The
happened.
shift
happened.
happened.
It naturally happened.
Over
It
the
didn't
years
happen
only.
when we came in. It
We
it had
just
already
focused.
happened.
It had already happened.
Yeah, it
We
had already
focused
happened.
more on it once
Right.
we took over the reins and things like that. We focused
See,
more.
things keep changing.
Absolutely.
Products
To
like
be
buffalo milk. Earlier, Parsi Dairy Farm never had any concept of cow milk or cow ghee or anything.
Right.
But then the demand came suddenly that we want cow milk and cow ghee and all that. There was a time people were saying ghee is not good for health.
Huh.
Now
Yeah.
doctors say it's very good for health.
Yeah.
Okay, sometimes doctors were like that zero fat milk is required for heart patients. Otherwise, zero fat milk was emptied in the ocean.
Correct.
In those very
Yeah.
early days, zero fat milk after removing
Yeah.
for butter, cream, and
Yeah,
ghee.
it's like white water. What
Zero
do you
fat
do with
was
it?
like waste.
Sure.
Today it has a value.
Correct.
So these are things that
Consumers keep
as
changing, the
consumers
wants keep
choice-
changing, so we have to kind of alter to
Depends
that
on
and be there.
I
fads
understand.
also.
I mean, that's
I
why
understand.
it's so long.
Certain
In
fads
the-
of some person, some doctor in New Zealand said that the A2 protein is good. Suddenly the Indian market went crazy.
We
have
because
A2
we
ghee.
have desi cow. Desi cow is in
No,
A2
I
protein.
know about this. We
So,
talk about this for
it
sure.
is a massive thing now. It's
Right.
like an industry by itself only.
Right.
And so there's so much in these
And you have
fads
to
and
keep
things.
changing. You have to keep changing, not the quality, not the consistency, not the older traditional products, but there has to be that little move of innovation happening constantly.
Right.
You know?
Interesting. No, so just to stick with that point a little bit more, you are 90% milk product and 10% milk, and you're overarchingly like I think like at least what I take away from this, you're at the cusp of becoming a offline and online D2C brand,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
For all intents and purposes.
Yes.
And typically, you have a hero product that you
Yes.
enter a household with, and you're hoping to upsell as you go
Yes.
along. Right?
Correct.
That's how you're going to become,
Big.
all over
1000x from what
Yeah.
you are today. So, what's the plan to do that specifically? Let's talk about how you're going to make that happen on the product side, how you're going to make that happen on the sales and on the marketing side. What are you all doing today, and what are you all planning to do in the future?
So obviously, social media is a huge part of awareness. So we have all types of social media that we're using. All the platforms, like I earlier spoke about, Big Basket, Nature's Basket, Swiggy, Zomato, there's advertising happening on all those fronts. Basically, you have to keep being on top of someone's mind. So we are trying to do that as much as we can, because, I mean, we can't go all out just now because there's so many things happening together. And so one of them is that, I mean, the awareness plan is that. The other thing is we are having certain workshops and things like that we want to get people more aware of our products. And I guess then I think the challenge is logistics. So that is.
So we are more or less, how do we get to the customer? So we're not only focusing on Bombay. Bombay is only for your daily deliveries. That's the logistic plan, daily deliveries. We are in supermarkets, as we mentioned before, not only in Bombay. We are in supermarkets available in Delhi, we are in supermarkets available in Chennai,
Wow.
in Bangalore.
Bangalore.
So all these places
Pune.
are already in small pockets everywhere.
I understand.
So already reaching out. So your question to how do you want to expand is basically from a brand in Bombay to being as awareness being a very critical part of it when we are going to be in Delhi, when we are going to be in. So even using food aggregator delivery apps like your Swiggy, Zomato, not only in Bombay again, using their business facilities to go into Delhi, to go into, so we are looking at different markets and opportunities also to grow.
Right.
That is obviously a growth plan, because at a point of time, Bombay might just get saturated.
Right.
Even though we have not saturated it, there's a lot to do in
There's a
Bombay
lot.
itself, but Simultaneously, I think as a brand, if you're a 108-year-old brand, you want to be known everywhere, so that when you want to take that step forward to grow the 1000x or the 10x or whatever, first that awareness has to be there that, all right, Parsi Dairy Farm, 108-year-old brand from Bombay,
Yeah.
now booming.
So
India.
absolutely. So that stuff like that is really expensive, right? And I
Yes.
think really interestingly, you all started this conversation saying, we don't look at valuation only. We look at our P&L. We look at our cash flow. We are doing
Correct.
a real dhanda.
Yeah.
So any of you all, right? What's the plan on how do you all view external money? I'm assuming you all have been bootstrapped and profitable since day one, like any family business. And how has it worked financially for you all?
So yes, we have. So that's exactly right. Capital is the only expenditure when we are changing things. Today, apart from that, we have always been in the positive. We have not had any challenges with that. We have. We also having nowadays, as I said, new third-party agencies are there, which are helping us, in different places to have warehouses. So we can comfort, and they are very good. As I said today, these investors and all are putting in new things, and it's absolutely state-of-the-art stuff happening.
Sure.
So it's our brand is comfortably being able to reach in different locations.
Okay.
Right.
Positively, I would share one more good thing with you. Taj, even Delhi Taj, that is the Taj Mansingh, in its menu has Parsi Dairy Farm Kulfi in it.
Oh, no way.
Yes. And it's written Parsi Dairy Farm Kulfi.
Amazing.
Yes.
Amazing.
So we are there in a number of places. We are recognized. We are known.
I get it.
Yes.
No, but just to take it to another level, right? For example, if we're at 3,000, first of all, is that even our ambition? For example, we're delivering to 2,000, 3,000 people daily today. We have our stores, of course. If we want to take that to 30,000, 3 lakh, 3 crore, that's going to require significant infusion, right?
Yes.
So is that the ambition of Parsi Dairy?
Our customer base must be much more than 50,000-60,000.
No, I was
We are
talking about
not
the
only
recurring
daily.
guys only.
Recurring.
Yeah.
I was only talking
Right now,
about the
recurring
daily
home
deliveries.
customers.
The daily delivery.
I was only talking
so
about that.
Our target is now that we are starting. We are talking about a growth immediately in the next 3 years, 10x.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and then we will decide post that. I don't want to write.
I think
now
we're very conscious about how we
forecast
want to
something.
grow.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're very conscious about how we just don't want
But
to go.
You don't want to
boom.
expand
But
like
me,
me.
Yeah.
as far
We
as
need to
milk
go-
is concerned, we will stick to more or less Mumbai or Maharashtra region. I don't want to, because if I want to keep it at its freshest point, I think that is what we will be able to
Closest
control.
to. Absolutely.
Otherwise, long shelf life products, we are there everywhere. No?
I understand.
Like Xenia said, it's important that while we do these steps, you don't want to boom. Our products have to be kept the way they need to be kept. That sanity, that purity needs to be taken care of, and we need to take that one step at a time.
And every step we start expanding in needs to be controlled properly, and then we go to the next.
Right.
So I don't think that's the immediate. We need
Absolutely,
everything happening at
absolutely,
one time.
Absolutely. I find sometimes the guys that are the purists, the guys that are very true to their product, sometimes, and I hope, please don't take this the wrong way, sometimes get left behind, right? Because they're spending so much energy on product and not enough on brand and distribution to really make things happen. And the guys that are spending on brand and distribution, Kokla product, a lot of the times, it's really because how many things can you focus on and
I
get
believe
absolutely
that.
right in a business, right?
There has to be a fair mix.
Absolutely. So
That's why the 4 help, right?
that's why the 4
So
help.
everyone's focusing on what they need to do. Everyone stands their ground in their own department and is very clear about what they bring to the table and how that cannot be compromised. In some
Absolutely.
ways,
So
I
obviously there are
feel
internal discussions
We
happening.
strictly
all the time.
budget our expenses, our funds as far as advertising is concerned. We do budget these things. Today it is required. We used to never do any discounting and all that.
We
Now
never
all
had
that
We all
a
do that. I can
discount.
imagine your
We
family
never
must be
did
like
that.
cursing
Had
you.
a
We
discount.
never did that.
And now suddenly you see special offers and you see discounts.
That's what the market
available.
But does that work? Do
It
you
does
see that,
work. Yes.
that the customer
Absolutely
wants
Absolutely
that?
was.
Absolutely work.
The new age
It's funny,
customer.
but
Like for example, we started the ghee jar that you
Yeah.
see, right? So it used to be in a PET bottle, now it's a glass jar. And it was designed when we did the rebranding, so
Right.
it tilts and you can remove your ghee very comfortably and all of that.
Right.
Now the thing is, we have loyalists who come and they have like 15 jars. They're like, okay, now we did this, we did that, what do we do with your jar?
Yeah.
So we were like, okay, let's come up with something to also be sustainable, and we will take the jar back and give
Right.
you like 80 rupees off, 40 rupees off on the smaller
Oh,
one,
that's
things
awesome.
like that. So
They're
you
so
see,
happy.
you
Yeah.
see people coming in with bags, and I'm just like, dude, how much has he bought? And they want to come, and I feel he's going to purchase something absolutely free with the number of jars he has.
Right.
But I think that's something that we need to keep
Making
doing
happen.
also.
No,
Yes.
that's big. I think packaging and
So-
waste is obviously it's a module in itself to
Yes.
discuss, right?
Oh,
But
but
See,
see,
all
I-
these
we
offers
try
make
not
people
to-
want to
yeah.
buy it.
yeah.
But
know,
see,
they
the
wanna buy
mindset
it.
of people also, they want to go back into glass bottles. Earlier, it was like PET is cheaper, easier, durable. But then this is a challenging thing, more expensive. But we decided no, we'd go with this.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
these are the challenges, but it is worth taking those challenges.
We have one
Because
of
people believe that the material in a glass bottle also is much more better to have than
Yeah.
in the PET
Yes.
bottle.
it's proven.
No.
It's not what people believe.
Absolutely.
It's proven.
Absolutely. I think homes have stopped keeping fridge made plastic ka
Yes,
bottle with pani,
very
and
true.
there's so many.
Yeah.
The customers gotten to that level.
Yes,
Level.
yes.
Very
So
true.
very so you interesting. Let's talk a little bit about your packaging. How has that evolved? You want to talk about any of your products? You want to talk about
Sure.
the role of packaging
There's so much.
in
That has
your
been-
entire business?
Yeah, that has been an interesting project to obviously take through, and we obviously researched for a good 1.5 years, which slowed us down, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But that was very important to know, like, who is our consumer today, and we also want more of that lot to be coming. And if someone isn't our consumer, how do we entice them to come in?
Right.
So while we did that, there was a lot of research, and then we came up with a lot of different, even names for things like the milk
Products.
drops, which were called milk drops, are now the Great Indian Toffee, and you see like different exciting branding and packaging on it. And even the ghee jar, like I just mentioned, has a
Yeah.
tilt to it. The bottle has an entire look, and you can see
Where
Parsi
you
Dairy.
want to talk about this tilt insight? It's a very specific insight. Where did you
Yeah.
get that insight from?
So, no, I mean through
Just
research,
happens
basically,
like
like when a woman, or not a woman, but any homemaker or anybody is cooking, right? And then your last bit of ghee is like you're struggling to get it with the spoon and everything's spilling everywhere. So the bottle just tilts. So your last bit stays and you can just comfortably just scoop it out
That's
instead
crazy.
of like struggling
awesome.
with the bottle, right? So that was something, and then we have our logo on it. So that also, because we built the bottle.
Absolutely.
So I think that was also, I mean, exciting and great, and it's really doing well for us. So besides, I mean, yeah, also I think we used to have very monotone packaging, which is obviously beautiful, but and gave a heritage feel. But I think you need to move with times, where people, when you're gifting something, like our boxes were very white and blue and red and very clean. Now, lots of people feel like, but I want to give something more festive, something more colorful. So we needed to bring that vibrancy into the brand, so that we don't feel like, people don't feel like, हाँ बहुत ये तो जूना brand है. Because there's an upside and a downside
Yeah.
to the
There's also a lot of
108 years.
legacy brand fatigue, right? Sometimes
Yeah.
the next generation just doesn't
Everyone
want.
something new,
Yeah, it's
new,
just like,
new.
क्या है तो same का same आते रहता है every year.
And I was
Don't
here.
have.
old doesn't mean you're boring.
No, but that does become, you've always seen the same thing. So a lot of
That becomes the
consumers-
mindset sometimes, right, for
That's
people.
the thing. And see, today, in the age of internet and Instagram and everything, where every moment, I mean, from morning to night, a person must be average watching 10 videos, right?
Yeah.
You don't even remember the next day which were the videos. So you're thrown so much information and so much new stuff that we are now, as consumers, keep looking for new. So I think we needed that fresh look. Even now we keep, we have different designs for different things, colors. It's not only monotone, but I think that really lifts the brand today.
Right.
I think it's needed.
Last couple of things that I wanted you all to touch upon is your people. I think that is what's really I've taken away from this, and it's a big thing for me even, right? I think a lot of the folks I've worked with 7-8 years ago when I started my career, we're still together, and I hope to be together with them forever. How do you all do that? Tell us how you've kept 4 generations of not only your family, your customers, but very importantly your team. What common threads have you all seen, and how is your team laid out? Tell us about that.
So Mihir, when it comes to our team, people come here to work. Wherever people work, it's not only commercial which people see. Most important thing is respect,
Yeah.
and that's what which we give to our team. And therefore, this 4th generation of people work out here. And the second thing is an involvement. When I talk to my staff, whatever level he is, I will not tell him that go do this, we have to do that. It doesn't work that. We bring them together. Even though we know the solution, we ask them for the solution. We will put it up to them. We think this is the solution, but what is your opinion? Sometimes something better comes up from them, and that better, either we implement it, we accept it that we maybe what our idea was not fine, or sometimes when they hear us, they say this is a good idea. So this involvement in the team makes these people motivated to come here and work. That's the happiness that they get. It's a very tough thing to work in a dairy organization.
Very tough.
It's not just like a machine is running and people are doing. There's a lot of things behind which have to be done ex tempo, which have to be decided right now. We have to do this thing.
Correct.
And why does this? And it's not easy to. It is. These people are trained for years and years. If I have to keep on getting new stuff, this is not possible to. It's not as easy as we are seeing it to be. This is what I would say that my team is. The motivation that I'm putting in. What is coming out from them is because of
right.
They're getting this result.
It's that very, very fine line of ownership. You want them to feel that their decision or whatever it is, it's their thing also. They're a part of the company as much as you are.
Right.
And that's when it actually plays out so much more beautifully. You don't have to do much then.
Sure. So how did you guys and how did your family put that in them? You obviously said respect, and that's a starting point, right?
It's inculcated from I would say it is inculcated from 4 generations. You do something good,
yes.
They do something, they just give you your life, like that's the way it is.
Right.
It's not a question of paying them money, it's not that. But in all these things,
because this is important, right? Because today we're living in a changing world, and you don't see that.
So money is very, very important.
Yeah.
That's what they keep seeing. But even when it comes for increment or for anything, it is not that I have decided this, I am giving it to you. It's a proper meeting chaired by us where we discuss with them what are your challenges at your house. We become one with them. It's like as good as they are a family with us, and that's very important. Because understand that majority of the time these people are spending is with us more than their own family.
Absolutely.
Right? So if we don't understand their challenges, their difficulties, and if we don't help them out, then they are not going to give their life for you.
Absolutely. I'm going to go back to what we were just discussing a little bit earlier about your entire rebranding, right?
Yes.
I think you all rebranded your entire logo as well. You've done like 50, 60 products all over again. You're the young, new generation that's coming in to turn the business on its head. How is this viewed back home? At the end of the day, you have to go back to that same house and sleep in that same bed. So are you all allowed to enter the house? Or?
Yes, we were allowed.
Fun.
So I think our parents were extremely supportive of the entire rebranding process. They were pushing us, encouraging us, all of those things. And I don't think I got resistance on anything except the logo. It was a huge problem.
Tell us the story.
So basically, our logo is, I know it's iconic and it's been there and everything, but it has a buffalo. And I kept saying, maybe I used the wrong word. I said it needs change, because everything was changing was a big thing.
And videos were sent to us how different brands
And everyone
change
said,
their logos.
change everything, but you're not changing the logo. So I was like, but then that's the starting point of rebranding. If I don't change that, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
I think it was her against like all
Everybody.
What?
It was like, no.
So this wasn't like a intergenerational thing. This was just you versus
Everywhere. Yeah.
Everyone.
Everyone was
The whole
yeah.
family was like,
Even you were.
I was just saying, you want to change the logo, really?
Yeah. Like maybe suddenly, like, in the meeting I didn't say anything, but I also don't think you should change it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, we need to change this. And I was sending them, I was going on YouTube and finding videos of how these old companies have changed, like even Starbucks. And I remember him coming, that is Starbucks. We are not Starbucks, so we will not change. I said, but you need to make them feel that this was needed, right? I needed to convince them.
Correct.
So, and obviously then these, like, it didn't work. So these guys are like, now gotta get the moms, and the moms were like, no, like, can't do that. Like, our logo, but why did we change the logo?
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, just like, we'll see what to do. So then I think I used the term tweaking and just giving it a little fresh look instead of change.
Yeah.
And then I think from there, the buffalo has gone fat and thin and big and small and up and down, and because we had to do iterations of basically that. So I think eventually I managed to convince, and we did have like a new, not a new logo, but a fresh logo.
But those meetings were the funnest because there'd be like this reaction to like, Hurry, it's become fat, it's become fat. Yeah. And then somebody's like, Hurry, its chin, look at it, it's not looking that podgy any longer. And there was this Xenia, I could like see
And the
Xenia
tail is
going
like that. So there was like this whole buffalo, like I can see her in my dreams now, like how she's gone up, down, everywhere. So yeah, so that was but that was fun, and I think we've kept
I
the
think we
essence
also
and
focused
everything.
on the others.
Yes.
Yeah.
There used to be 4, now there are 3.
No.
And it was
like
that
zoomed
specific.
in.
Like-
Because, so the need was that when the logo was built, it was built for maybe just print.
Yeah.
And that time.
At that
Sure.
time, right?
Yeah.
And then we printed.
The digital medium is totally different. Yeah.
Today, when you need to do digital and you need to do print and you need to do bigger things like that and very tiny things, it needs to look same and like crisp even in the smallest format. And I just feel it was very, very. It had too many things in it, so it just needed to be cleaned up and look fresh, which is I think
Yeah.
what we've
Yeah, which
achieved.
we've done a great
And it's blue.
The blue.
Yes. In the middle, our logo was going to turn blue.
No, it was never going to be pink, but we just cared if it was going to be
so
pink.
one day we sent him a logo that was pink and he flipped out. I think one of them does
Yeah,
that.
he was like, is it
Pink
right?
is not a color of my choice.
He was so sweetly, he said pink, pink, okay if you're okay with it, but pink, pink. It was quite funny.
No, that's hilarious. No, but
So I keep it this way that
yeah.
the benefit that we have is everyone has some expertise. We stick to it that whatever is your expertise, that will be your decision.
Yeah.
You will
Yeah.
take that decision finally.
Yeah.
Okay, we will give you an opinion, and we stop
Correct.
there.
Correct.
That's how. Otherwise, if I get myself involved in her work and she gets involved in my work, it's just going to become a mess.
Yeah.
So it's better that that whatever decision, then we take it, and then whether it's right or wrong, we will go ahead with it.
Absolutely.
Have you heard
Well,
we
the
are.
sugar and milk story? That's the Parsi story that when Parsis came in.
Oh yeah. Sorry, please tell it.
They said that the Gujarat, the king of Gujarat
king,
said
yeah.
that the milk is like we are completely full. There is no place for you. So the Parsi priest at that time asked for a full cup of glass of milk and sugar with that, and he dissolved that sugar into milk and he said, we will only dissolve into your people and make the way the sugar has made the milk sweeter. We'll dissolve with you and make it. We'll not increase. We'll not let it spill. The same way we have dissolved into this business and just made it sweeter. That's the way I would put it.
Yeah.
That's a fantastic analogy. No, thanks for that. I just have one question which I'd like to close on is what do you all think of vegans? And tell us all about
Vegans.
Yeah.
Bhakya be nice.
I think they're very, they have their own choices and that's
Yeah,
fine.
We have to appreciate their own choice.
You have to respect
Absolutely.
that.
Actually,
So, let me
put it
re-ask.
this way. Let
Yeah.
me put it. Vegans are. I think it's very good that certain concept like this has come out. Not for my business, but for the Indians as such. Because now at least people know who vegetarians are. Because
Sure.
earlier when we used to go abroad, who were vegetarians, people would say, you eat fish, you want egg, you want that. That is what a vegetarian was. Now a vegan has made that very clear that it is only added that don't have dairy products.
Sure.
Now that's his choice. We'll leave it to him.
Yeah.
But at least I would say all around the globe, vegetarians have recognized themselves very well.
I think they're missing out.
That's their choice.
No, so I think this is interesting, right? I obviously meant that in a humorous way, but there's a lot of studies. I mean, there's a study for everything online.
There's a study for everything.
But absolutely, but there's people say even like just in conversation, right? I don't know how much veracity there is to this, but typically no other species drinks another species' milk, right? In nature. Have you all thought about this? Have you all? What do you all feel about this? There have been a lot of studies that in the 90s all over the world, right? Like
I think we've, on a serious note, I don't think we've thought about this. I mean, at least I haven't. And like they said, it's a personal choice for people, and there are so many industries, like for example, like non-veg food also, right? Like who's eating non-veg food and who's not. So
Sure.
we have our own clientele who are people who consume dairy,
Yeah.
and we focused on that. It's not that we want to try and change someone who's vegan to say, agree with us and believe. I don't think there's anything like that. It's just not our market. That's it.
Sure.
So I think
And
that's
it's a choice, yeah. And it
And
doesn't
as Neer, as I put it to you in the 90s, sometime I think 90s or early 2000, There's a whole story that no, only olive oil is good
That's
and
what I
only
meant.
this is good.
Yeah.
There are these
Just
different
study.
fads that kind of come along, right?
And it just goes like, and ghee is very bad for health. Today, every doctor is saying ghee is very good for health. You must only have ghee.
Right.
So that's, you just leave their choices to them. So everyone should have
Yeah.
choices, and be happy that.
Fantastic.
Ultimately, it turns around and you kind of see that it fades away.
Right.
Right. Even if it doesn't fail, it's their choice.
Yeah.
Let them be happy.
exists.
I mean, they are not my customer. Let's
Fair.
put it that way. So
Fair.
we got to focus on it.
Lovely. And just to close, guys, tell us about the farm. Tell us about where the magic happens, where you all said you'll go to even spend time and relax.
Yeah.
You'll have a restaurant there. I didn't know about that. I want to go hang out. And I'm
frankly-
sure other people do as well.
A
So,
beautiful place. I would love to leave
Where-
Bombay and.
where is it?
It's just a couple of hours away from Mumbai. It's towards the. It's on the Mumbai-Ahmedabad National Highway. It's
In
on. It's
Maharashtra.
bang on the highway itself. It's got a restaurant which is very, very famous. Parsis know it because it's very close to Udwada.
Yeah.
That's our place of
Place
worship.
of worship.
I'm
So
gonna
the
take you
concept
up on
of that dairy farm was basically it was purchased in 1967, and due to urbanization in Mumbai, so we originally had our own tabelas of buffaloes and cows in Mumbai city.
Jogeshwari.
No,
now
yeah,
how-
first it was in
First in
Baikala.
Baikala, then moved
Then
towards
we moved up
Jogeshwari.
to
Due to
Jogesh.
urbanization, moved to Jogeshwari due to further urbanization. So the family in those days, now 1967, took a call that let us just go out a little more out of Bombay and start a proper like dairy farming and
Lovely.
farming out there. So that's how the whole thing started.
It's a very peaceful place.
It
fantastic.
is a
It's very
state of an art. In those days, there was a swimming pool for the buffaloes.
Yeah.
Oh, no
Think
way.
about it. Yeah,
Yeah, when we were
Superb.
kids.
Yeah.
when
So are
we
they
were
all
kids,
free
We used to
range?
go
Like
watch
how
them.
does it work? What is life for them there?
It's a
like?
mix.
It's a
It's a
mix
mix.
of them. And one of our favorite things when we were kids in the evening was to, when they would ring the bell, that means that's when they're releasing the buffaloes to go to the swimming pool. So we were all for run, and there was this huge pathway, and we'd stand on the top of the pathway and stand out there, and then they'd be pushing all these, they were going inside, and we would just watch them in the water. Now I'm thinking, what were we doing?
But we have a vegetable garden also, so even like people who come to
the
the
restaurant.
restaurant can come and pluck their things. So like children love to do that because when you're in cities, because you're traveling
you don't
and
get
all,
that.
you have no idea where this is coming from. So the kids get really fascinated. So it gives you a very nice feel to be there.
There are a lot
lovely.
of animals there. There are a lot of pet animals.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Nice,
I
man.
enjoy having pet animals around.
Yeah.
Different ones we've got, and very, very unique. Very.
Really? You want to talk about this a little bit?
It's just for the entertainment for
Yeah.
the customers who are coming more
Yeah.
or less. We have rabbits, we have ducks moving around.
It's like a little petting zoo.
It's
kind
a
of
pet
thing.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Yeah.
So
And
it's a family restaurant.
they have like a
Love
super
it.
cool place where they live, which I'm totally
These
jealous
mini
of.
houses
These mini
and-
houses.
Oh, damn.
So it's just
in these colors.
We want people, like even whether it's a store and whether it's a highway restaurant, we want that everybody has something that they like to come for. So whether you're a grandparent or you're a parent or you're
Yeah.
a child, it has to be exciting. So we've got a whole play area, and then we've got these animals, and then we've got
Vegetable
vintage,
garden.
we've got the
Sure.
vegetable garden, we've got vintage jeeps
Carts.
and carts and
Jeeps.
carriages and things like that.
Something for
So,
everybody.
yeah,
Something for everybody.
Everybody.
On Sundays, when people come to the restaurant out there, there are times when people are waiting for 2 hours for a table. 2
Oh, no
hours.
way.
Yes, it's absolutely. Only I believe sometimes only God manages those days. There is no, I don't know how we manage that.
That's crazy.
That period. But when we tell them sometimes it's so overcrowded, we tell the customer it's going to take minimum 2 hours.
So
no,
even if
we
they
don't mind
worry,
waiting.
Oh, damn.
they'll sit in the car.
Because of what you have created
And
So
there.
there is so
literally,
many
I
other
think-
things to do.
It's
great.
also a lovely place because it's an
Open
open air
restaurant.
Oh, damn.
It's an open air restaurant with these beautiful red gazebos, and you can sit where you want. The food is amazing.
And it's open
You
like
can get
through the
your
week?
pets also.
Like it's open.
Yes,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
can
yeah.
get your
Every
pets.
Every
Yeah.
It's pet
children,
friendly.
It's pet
completely
friendly, so
pet
people are
friendly.
traveling. So people who are traveling with pets don't have to leave them in the car,
That's
and
a
things
big
that
one.
eat over there.
For sure.
So then those people are also there. So it has a lot of. It's even we built actually now. I think 3 years ago we made it completely handicap friendly also.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
So from the parking lot, we've made all the slopes coming in with a handicap toilet, which is not something you get in
At a farm.
on the highway
Yeah.
farms
Yeah.
today. Because I think
Incredible.
we need to
Even restaurants
you know,
overlook this
Yeah.
part.
For sure. For sure. Fantastic. And guys, if you on a slightly different topic, if someone out there wants to start up a business in this space, where should they start? What's the gap that you see if you didn't have this legacy and you were interested in this space? What would you all do today to make this industry better?
Very tough, very challenging industry. Many a times I have advised people not to put their hands into or fingers into it, because it's not an industry. It's dealing with livestock out here. Okay, so many people come and think that, oh, if you put this many cows and this much milk comes out and all these magical figures, and we'll become so rich in so much. I come and should we start it? No. If you do not know the business, do not start it. It's not as simple as buying a factory machine and putting and organizing it up. It will not happen.
It's with me.
And many people feel, oh, you are doing it, you are making money, and you are advising us against it. So it's very difficult. If I had to start without this brand name, I would have to think very differently.
Right.
And I hope and pray I would stick to these same principles. Where is the void in this place is with fresh products. If you can manage to get a longer shelf life, that would be what I would concentrate on. I would work
With
more
the
on,
purest form of the product.
Yeah.
work more on longer shelf life products,
Yeah.
and that's about it. That's the basic
key.
magic.
So the innovation should be centered around
Purity.
taking up shelf life without
Yes.
compromising
Without
quality.
compromising
Right. That's
the
what we
That's
need.
that's the thing.
Getting that fine line between the two,
Right.
that is something I think which is
So if
something
someone
that
came
we-
to you with a non-chemical emulsifier, you all would be like, "Oh my God, yes, we might think about it."
Emulsifier is
No.
No.
It's
What I meant by that is something that does what an
Like-
emulsifier does,
But more
isn't,
natural.
but is naturally found.
No, we would yet again. I would say no, because anything
Because
added in
I
the
think that's just
product.
because it's you.
No,
No,
that's
I'll tell
because
you
he
why.
was
going to be
killing
thrown
the
out for
purity
it.
of the product.
Anything added to the
That
product
touches-
would
would
we
touch,
would be
okay.
no to it, even if it whatever it would be, because
Yeah.
then the taste is not going to be the same.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So that would be yes. Any packaging ideas which will increase the shelf life, yes.
Okay. So it's not necessarily
map.
going to be an additive,
No.
but it could
No.
be anything ancillary.
Yeah.
Yes,
Ancillary,
but
we are
nothing to the
very
product.
positive.
Absolutely.
Nothing
You
to the
want to
product.
move with times, but you can't forget your roots. That's
Superb.
something very simple. Like you can't do that.
I love it. I think that's just like that kind of summarizes our entire conversation
yes.
right there in that one line. And thank you so much for sharing so much of your story, so much of your
you.
time.
Thank you.
Parsi Dairy Farm, please check them out online. Please come to all of their stores across Bombay. And yeah,
Thank
really,
you.
thank you,
Most welcome.
thank you for this.
Thank
See
you.
ya.
Thank you.